All right, so good morning, everyone. Start over. We're going to play with a couple different ways of sitting today. If your knees will allow, I want you to either sit in, I call this, or it's called Thunderbolt Pose, where you're just sitting back on your heels. If your knees don't like this, especially so early in the morning, try sitting a block underneath. You can even go high with your block or two blocks, maybe one stacked on top of the other, a little bit more stable. And if neither one of those works, then I want you to take your legs forward, but draw the knees in as much as you can. Maybe sit up on a block to give you some leverage. And then grab your strap. I think I said straps were optional, but grab your strap and put it in a loop. And then just take the loop around your torso. And then right where your ribs are solid, right? Not down low where you got have your little floating ribs, but where the ribs are solid, I want you to tighten your strap. Not so tight that you can't breathe, but tight enough. Like I can get a finger underneath here. Make sure your buckle isn't pressing into ribs or spine. And then, but tight enough that when you take a deep breath, you feel it, your diaphragm and your ribs press against the strap. And then find a way that you can sit for a little while. I just put the block on the load underneath just so that my knees don't get too cranky. Maybe move the flesh away from the knee joint, like pull the calf muscles away. And then close the eyes. And as you take a deep breath in, I want you to feel the pull of the ribs against the strap. And then just let your exhale be normal. Nice deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Again, inhaling deep breath. And exhale it out. And as you continue this, feel free to switch the legs out if they get cranky. But as you continue to do this, I want you to feel the circumference of your strap. So that when you take a deep breath in, you're not just feeling it in the front body, you're feeling it at the sides and you're feeling it in the back. If the strap is too tight and you can't take a big full breath, maybe you loosen it a little bit. If you're not getting a lot of feedback on the strap, maybe you tighten it a little bit. But as you breathe, I want you to really feel the sides and the back of the body because often when we work with the breath in yoga, we feel the chest rise, we feel all of this expansion, but it's always front body. So here I want you to feel and experience back body. Good. Couple more right here. Really move the breath into the back body. Good. One more very focused breath right here. And then open the eyes. And with this same area, I just want you to start to go a little bit side to side. So once we are aware of something, we can no longer be unaware of that thing. We might get a little bit of amnesia, we might start to forget, but it's like life lessons when we become aware of something, a habit or a pattern or a way of being. We can't become unaware of it because every time we do that thing again, we're like, oh, yeah, yeah, there's that thing that I'm now aware of that I'm doing. And so it's similar to the body, right? And circle both directions. Just feel the back, the center. Maybe you bring shoulder to ear and shoulder to ear, right? Start to move through the hips. And notice this awareness as if someone had their hands just gently holding the ribs and stirring them around, right? And then maybe add the shoulders and start to feel your side body, right? Oh, yeah. And then maybe bring the shoulders up and start to bring the elbows back. And then take the arms up and really feel those ribs, right? That strap giving you so much feedback. And then take both arms up. Grab one wrist and take it over. And center, grab the other wrist. Ooh, breathe. Good. One more, both sides. And up. And up and reach both arms and then feel those ribs shimmy again, side to side. And then come right back to center. Now I want you to lengthen your tailbone. So draw the tailbone down, feel your belly engaged. Start to draw in through the belly, but keep the chest lifted. And release those arms. Good. Leave the strap where it is. Just take your left foot out if you can. If you need both out for a break, go ahead and do that. We won't stay here too much longer. But if you can, keep one leg back and one leg bent and forward. If you're already sitting like this, maybe straighten your right leg as you bring your left leg in. And then lean forward over that leg. You'll start to feel a little stretch at the back of your left Achilles. If you don't, maybe that heel comes in closer to your hips. Breathe. Watch the knees here, right? Knee strain, you're taking that leg out further. Good. And then come up and draw the ankle to your right thigh. So it's a weird little figure four, right? The hips are even. I'm sitting up on a block. If you're not sitting on a block, you might want to be. And then start to walk the torso forward again. So be mindful. Just see how this is feeling in your body. We still have the strap around our ribs. So I take a nice deep breath and tone the belly in and start to come forward to my level, to your level. Come forward. Easy does it. Keep lengthening through the chest as the tailbone lengthens toward the block. Breathe. And come on up. Good. If you can, just straighten that leg out. Give it a moment. Reach forward over the straight leg. Ooh, yeah. Watch your back body. Try to take the rounding out. Feel the strap as if somebody were pulling. In fact, if your tail of your strap is at the center of your chest, pull that forward. And notice that, right? Like, oh, there's the mid back. There's the space that I'm trying to educate, that I'm trying to become aware of. And come on up. Good. If your feet and legs will allow, put your left leg back where it was. Peel your right foot off. We'll be done with it after this, I promise. And then draw the right heel back toward the right hip and just lean forward. Easy does it, right? No big deal. We're not looking for a huge stretch. But especially if you're a runner, you walk a lot, right? That back Achilles tendon, the one that wraps from your heel up to the calf muscle can get pretty tight. It's a huge tendon, doesn't get a lot of blood supply. So we're just giving it a nice, even, and slow stretch. Oh, that feels good. And then take the torso up. Go ahead and take that leg into figure four. Nice flex of the foot. Lift up through your torso. Feel the strap, right? Big, strong breath there. And then take the body forward. Again, watch for the unnecessary rounding. Keep the shoulders wide. Maybe take your strap and just give it a tug forward and go, okay, that's the center of gravity there. That's what I'm looking for um, as I move my torso forward. And notice that when you do that, maybe you don't come down as low because you're moving from the center line of your body instead of from your lower back or from your upper shoulders. Good, nice deep breath. And lift up. Undo that leg, straighten it out. Same thing here, nice long torso. Take the hands forward any amount that you are comfortable with. Broaden through the shoulders. Move from that center of the body. Find your breath. Nice little hammy, right? Nice little hamstring stretch. Breathe. And come on up and release. I want you to come up off your heels or your block, set your block aside, and then come right to table pose. Now, you might want to start with your blanket. Definitely start with your blanket or your pillow or your towel on your mat just to give your knees some cushion. And come to table pose with that strap still in place. If it's gotten a bit loose, maybe you snug it up a little bit. If it's too tight, loosen it up a little bit. Plant the hands and do some cats and cows here. And once again, I want you to move from where that strap is. Just feel that. It's like, oh. So, what's happening in your body as you become aware of where the breath moves and how the ribs are affected, and maybe how that area of your body connects to the tailbone and the lower back and the shoulders. Good. Couple more right here. And then come to a neutral spine, still leaving that strap exactly where it is. Flip your toes under. Draw the back ribs up. So you'll feel that, right? Because you've got the strap there giving you some information. Tone through the belly, lift your knees, and come to downward facing dog, but come to down dog with bent knees. And just shimmy side to side with your hips, stretching one side of your body and then the other. And again, noticing, right? Just feeling the ribs stretching, the strap giving you information. Good. One more stretch, both sides of your body. And then tippy toes back down to knees and lift up and take the strap out. And just take it all the way off your body. Set the strap aside. And then take a deep breath, right? And feel that. Oh, that feedback. It's like, yay. And then come right back to table pose. Draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone, feel the back body, press your right leg back, and then lift your right leg, and then tone your belly once again, like draw it in, feel that feedback. Take your left arm out, find balancing table. And breathe. Gonna start getting warmed up. Left elbow to left hip, right knee to right elbow. Same side of the body. Reach out. Bring it back. And out. Good. This is 3. Breathe. And 4. Last one. Breathe it in. Reach it out. Take your left hand down to the floor. Kickstand your left foot out. Turn your body to the side. Come to a side stretch. I call this quarter moon. Tone your belly in. Lengthen your tailbone. And then take your top arm over your ear. If this is like crazy way too much, drop your right foot back to the floor for more stability. Good. Breathe, everybody. And release it. Slow, slow, slow. Right hand comes back. The hips level out. Your right knee drops down to the floor. We shake out those hips. And we go to the other side. Press your left leg back. Tone the belly in. Lengthen through your chest. Lift the leg. Pause right here. Nice tone to the belly. Right arm reaches. Find your breath. And you know what's next? Elbow to knee, elbow to hip. And in, squeeze. Out. This is 3. Breathe. 4. Last one. Reach and reach it out. Hold. Lower your right hand. Kickstand your right foot out. Turn your hips to the side. Reach the left arm up. Pause. Engage everything. Press the hip bones forward. And then take your top arm over your ear. Find your breath. Tone your belly. Remember that top leg can come down. Good. And slowly release. Hand to the floor. Turn it back over. Lower your knee to the floor. Flip your toes under. Tone the belly in. Baby crunch of your belly. Downward facing dog. And then take your feet wide. Bend your knees more. And do some small cats and cows right here. Tucking in and opening up. Good. Tuck it in and lift. Last one. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And up. And lower your knees. Oh, and just come off those wrists. Shake them out a little bit. Right? Squeeze your fingers and spread them. Good. From here, your right foot comes forward. Your hands come to your knee. Make sure your legs are wide enough. Feel the left front psoas muscle or your hip flexors or your upper thigh, right? And just softly bend into the stretch, toned belly, and come back out. Good. Stretch in. Slow movement here and out. Stretch it in and back out. One more here. Stretch it in and out. The next time the knee is bent, hold. Leave your right hand where it is. Take the left arm up. Now, feel your back body engage. Feel your back glute engage through the upper shoulder. Find that pose. Release your right arm. Take that up. Breathe. That's it. Open up your chest. Keep the chin level. Exhale all the way down. With those hands down, I want you to straighten your front leg. For me, I need to walk that front heel forward a little bit. Straightening the front leg, getting a hamstring stretch here. Breathe. And then notice how much upper back rounding is happening here. Try to keep that strap idea pressing in so that you're as if you could pull that strap forward, that imaginary strap. And bend your knee. Nice. Just switch sides. And bring your left foot forward. Hands come right to your knee. Just want you to do the same thing, super slow. Squeeze it back and bend it forward. This should feel really controlled here. Your belly is toned. Your legs are hips width apart, slightly wider if you want more balance. right? You're just checking out your body this morning. Breathe. One more here. And then bend and hold. The left arm stays where it is. The right arm reaches up. You're engaging the back shoulder, the back glute, all that stuff happening. Breathe, just stretch it out. Take the other arm up. Tone the belly strongly here. And exhale, let it go. Straighten your front leg, maybe walk the heel. Breathe. Watch the back of your extended legs, knee. Make sure you're not hyperextending there. And then lengthen your body over that leg as if you could pull that imaginary strap forward. Good, bend that knee. Plant your hands, slide your left leg back. Downward facing dog, everybody. Pedal your feet. Engage your shoulders. Walk your hands all the way back. Bend both knees, hands to knees. Draw your elbows to your hips as if you could pull them and touch your hips, right? So your elbows are squeezing in a little bit, tone the belly, and push all the way up. You can leave your blanket right there for now, just roll it out. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, halfway down. Soften the knees a whole bunch and breathe. Tap down to the floor. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, down. Inhale it up. Good. Exhale, bent knees and up. Good. Last one. Bend down. Inhale, reach up. This time, come halfway down. I'm just going to turn. No, I'm not because I got a wall there. Turn arms out to the sides and feel the back body working. Now, I'm going to step so I have room here. So just feel, right, everything in the middle tones in, almost as if you were going to do a small belly crunch right there. The arms come out to the sides. And then I just want to feel the weight of my arms. And then just lift one arm higher toward the ceiling and down. Lift the other one and down. Watch the head, neck. Lift one, lift the other, and then small pulses up as if those arms were wings. Watch your head, neck here. It can get really tense really quick, and then drop down. Let your head hang. Find your breath. Bend your knees, hands to knees, tone your belly, lift all the way up. And breathe. Good, last one here. Find your legs, hips width apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your hands to your heart, come into a squat. It's your squat, right? So higher, lower. Watch the knees, tone the belly. Keep the chest lifted, tailbone long. And breathe. Take the arms out. Find that. Good. Inhale them up. Keep the squat. And out to the side. Inhale up. And out to the side. Yep. Inhale. Work in the shoulders. Yep. Keep the legs. Don't let the knees fall. Woo. Breathe. Good. Listen up. Here we go. Out to the side. You're going to come down and up. Keep your squat. Down. Squeeze them up, down, up, yep, and up. Good, two more. Squeeze, and up. Come all the way up to standing. Arms out to the sides. Turn the palms forward and squeeze the back body. So it's not like the arms are going way far back. We're squeezing your back body. Yep, breathe. Ooh, soften your head, soften your neck, breathe, turn the palms up, hold, keep engaging your back, right? Keep engaging the back, breathe. Turn the palms down and behind you, working the arms, working the shoulders. Good. Take just your left arm, drop it down behind you, reach for your opposite side waist, turn your other palm up, and do a nice side bend. Oh, good. Take it up, out to the side, release your other. Turn that palm down, reach it behind you. See if you can feel your fingers on the other side and side bend to the right. Good. And release. Big swan dive all the way down. Pause here, bend the knees, hands to knees, and come on up. Woo, shake that baby out, right? It's amazing. All right, so you're gonna need your blocks and you're gonna need your blanket. So just have your blocks where you can reach them and come up to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Good, nice big step past your blanket. Stay in a high lunge if you can. If not, lower your knee to the floor. Do a tiny tuck, a little belly crunch with your abdomen, and then take the left arm up. Nice, easy twist. Watch your head. I see a lot of times students will look up at their hand or look somewhere else, and the strain in their neck is really obvious. So here I want you to tone your belly. Take that left arm and circle it. Bring it forward, back, up. Yep, forward, back, and up. One more big circle. Breathe. Take that hand to the floor. Maybe you have your hands on the floor. Maybe you have your hands on your blocks. Straighten your front leg. Your back toes ideally are straight ahead. If that hurts your foot or your ankle, then drop the back heel. But ideally, both feet are pointing in the same direction. And then you're going to tone your belly. You're going to isometrically pull the blocks back, right? So you feel that, right? The shoulders broaden out. I get wider. I move forward a little bit. Good. Deep breath. Imagine that rope or that strap around your ribs, and then feel the ribs move toward the leg. Woo. Say hello to your hamstring. Woohoo. Maybe you rock a little side to side, right? And feel all that happening at the origin of the hamstring, way up at the sit bones, right? Breathe. Bend your knee a little bit. I'll move my hand out of the way. So it's not a big lunge again. It's a little bit of a bend. And then lift your sit bone and feel that stretch. Yep. Straighten the leg. Bend both knees. And switch sides. Woo, feel that one side to the other. All right, so your right leg is forward. If you can, go to high lunge. If not, don't worry about it. Your hand is either on block or not. Your left hand, take the right arm up. Breathe, tone the belly, engage that long left leg, and then circle that arm. 3 big circles. That's it. One more. Oh, that should feel so marvelous. And take that hand down to the floor. And once again, your blocks come into play. Level out your hips, tone the belly, little baby crunch of that tummy, and straighten your front leg. Maybe rock a little bit side to side. Feel all of the insertion points of that hamstring. And then take that torso to center. Feel as if you could pull your blocks or your hands back to broaden the shoulders. Lengthen through your chest. Your head is neutral. Breathe. Bend the knee a little bit, the front knee a little bit. Woo, and lift that same side. Sit bone up. And feel that. And then straighten the knee. Lower your knees to the floor and release it. Set one block aside, maybe just come on off those hands, those wrists. I know it's a lot of work, right? It is a lot of work for your hands, your wrists. Good. So I don't know, maybe you have your strap nearby um, in case, but just set that aside. Have your one block right in front of you and put it at the highest level. So if you've been taking the classes lately, we've been playing a lot with a lot of Chaturanga prep. So I want you to do me a favor. And if you're comfortable, come up on your knees, or you can even take one knee forward. That's okay too. But I want you to focus here. Take the arms out and then broaden the shoulders out to the sides. And then imagine a chaturanga. So flex your hands and slowly draw your hands, your elbows to your side body, right? So there's your chaturanga hands. Your elbows aren't out here anywhere. They're not squeezed in either. I don't like that. I've heard that instruction with other teachers. That doesn't feel good either. But it's out to the front, shoulders are down, and then this pull back of the elbows. And then imagine that your elbows could come down to your hips. So it's a downish feeling. One more time, bring it out, point your fingers. Flex your hands, squeeze them in, and let it go. That's what I'm looking for. You got it? So plant your hands. And that's really important too. I know several of you with some wrist stuff. I want you to try to actually claw your fingertips into the mat a little bit, and then press down through the rack of knuckles, create a little space in the palm, and then level out the weight in the heels of the hands. Once you're there, come forward, bend your knees. I want you to be in a half plank. So your butts aren't up in the air, they're level, and then belly crunch. You feel that? So as soon as you do that, your lower back lengthens, your tailbone lengthens. I want you to squeeze toward the block with your elbows. Your hands may have to be wider, they may have to be narrower. Pull the heels back isometrically, tap your block. Don't let the elbows splay, tone the belly, and push back off. Good, let's do 4 more. Slow. Don't let the head drop. Don't let the belly drop. Just squeeze, draw back, and tap. Yep, 2 more. And up. Last one, down and up. And then keep your hands right where they are and just press back as if you were creating traction on your wrists. Good, and come on up. I know some of you with the wrist stuff, so take your time here, squeeze them out, stretch them out, right? Come down onto your elbows. All right, so we're gonna take the block 1 level lower. Move this one out of visual. Plant your hands. Come on over the block. Get a nice tone to your belly. The elbows head toward the blocks. They don't collapse in, but the inner elbows head toward the blocks. So what are we doing? We're crunching the belly. We're finding that half plank. I like the knees bent so I can work with my legs as well. You're gonna bend, keep the elbows training back and push up. Let's see if we can do 3 to 5 of these. Down and up. Woo. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to keep your belly toned. Don't let your head drop. 1 more here. And push up. Keep your hands where they are. Create that kind of drag with the hands. It's not really child's pose. I'm not all the way back, but I'm stretching out all of those muscles. Whew. And come on up. Now, choices as always. 1, that's enough for you. 2, back to high, back to medium, back down to low. Okay, we're gonna do 3 this time. Even if you go low and you don't touch low, that's okay. If you can keep your form, right? All right, here we go. We got this. Now, some of you are super strong. You can, I know who you are too. You can go right to full chaturanga. That's up to you. Everybody else, bend, tuck. Here we go. Squeeze the elbows, tap, push up. And 2, don't let the head drop. Last one. Woo. Keep the hands where they are, pull back. And even as you pull back, try to pull back your heels of your hands. So you're really stretching shoulders, wrists, forearms, and up. Last one, pick your poison. Block, no block. Go for it. Last set, 3 to 5. I know, hang in there. It ain't easy being me. I'm kidding. Tuck your belly in, right? Squeeze through those elbows. Open up the shoulders. Here we go. Take it down. 1, 2, 3. Got 2 more in you, maybe. 4. Oh, 5. Oh, good. If you can come up either blah blah blah, either a regular seat or back to hero pose. Curl your wrists. Shake them out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right to your heart. Roll the shoulders back. I know, right? Turn the head side to side. And then take both hands to your back pockets, palms face in. Draw the chest tall, the tailbone down, and squeeze the elbows toward each other. Don't overdo. Just feel the back body. And then bring the head into alignment so the head's not reaching forward. Breathe, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Wrap your left arm behind your back like we did before. Take the right arm up and lean over to your left side. And up. Switch sides. Bring that elbow behind. Reach with the left and come over. Good. One more, both sides. So purposefully using shoulder movement, right? Shoulder rotation. Stretching out that work we just did. Whew. Last one. And stretch. And release. Good. Shake it out. You are not going to need your block. So set that away. Have your strap near you. First thing we're going to do is what we did Wednesday as well. You're going to take your lovely blanket. We're going to move a bit quicker here, although we'll be down on the floor. Take your blanket, roll it in a tight, tight roll. If all you have is your bath towel, go ahead and do the same thing. And then lay on top of it so that your thighs are on the blanket, not your hip crease, but your thighs. Tone your belly. If your lower back is chatty, take your upper back or your upper body down so forehead is to floor. And then I want you to roll side to side. Just roll side to side. For my Amy there who rode her bike, this should feel just awesome on your quads. So breathe, right? Just stretching and try to get to side body, right? So that you're getting into that IT band, that iliotibial band that goes from your hip to your knee. Oh, yeah. And then scoot down the blanket a little so you're more mid quad, mid thigh. Oh, yeah. And this is not just to help with the quadriceps, the thigh muscles, but it's also to work rotation in your waist. So I want you to find that as well, right? Find that rotation. That's going to come into play in a little bit. Walk yourself down the blanket more. Oh, yeah. So closer to the knees for me, more tender. Uh-huh. A little further. Just watch the knees. Trust your feedback. One more swipe, and then crawl yourself back to mid thigh. Again, if you're feeling the low back, drop down to your forehead, but otherwise tone your belly, bend your knees. Ooh. Really bend them, squeeze your belly, and release. Good, squeeze them up and down. 3 more, squeeze them in and down. Squeeze up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Down. Good, last one here. And down. Woo, nice. And then press up enough to move, not to move your blanket, I'm glad I remembered, but to straighten your blanket out kind of wide. It's gonna go under your hips again. So to make sure I had the right move for the right time. Grab a strap just in case. We also did this on Wednesday. I'm finding it very effective for the quads. So you just want the blanket so that it is underneath your hip bones. It's more a comfort thing than anything. If you already know that your foot isn't getting anywhere near your butt, wrap the strap, the loop of the strap, around your right foot, okay, so that you can use the strap instead. But otherwise, I want you to come down, just breathe for a minute, and then purposefully lengthen your tailbone. Purposefully, like you should feel your pubic bone press into the mat. You should feel your lower back get longer. I want you to bend your right knee. Take your left arm kind of at a diagonal in front of you, like a little half diamond pattern. You're either going to reach back for your foot, or you're going to use your strap that's fallen around my knee to pull with your strap. Okay. If you don't need your strap, don't use it. So you're here, your belly's toned, you reached back for your foot, and you're just holding it in. Maybe stay low. Low is easier. And lengthen your right leg. Press your right hip to the floor. Your knee might lift a little bit. That's perfect. Tone your belly. Whew, and then let go of your foot, but keep the leg there. Same thing with your strap. You would let go of the tension on your strap, but squeeze that baby in. And yes, I am feeling a cramp in my hamstring. See, press down through your right hip. Yes, keep that right hip. So as soon as you lift that right hip, you're compensating. So press it down and then slowly release. We're going to do the same thing on the same side, so we're not switching the strap each time. Press down through your hips. Bend your right knee. Bring that heel all the way. Reach back. Grab your foot any amount. Bring it as close to your hip as you can allow, and then push down into your right hip. I shouldn't see a whole bunch of space underneath that hip if I could see you. And then feel that, right? If you want a little bit more, you're coming up on elbow. Woo. Hold it there. Hold it there. Release your foot. Keep it there. Woo. Come on, you got this. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Flip the toes under on that same foot and just lift the knee off the floor. Okay, just stretching that out. Toes stay down and release it. All right, we're going to go to the other side. If you would like to use your strap, wrap it around your left foot, press your hips into the floor, tone your belly. Maybe the head stays low. Reach back with your left hand and hold your foot anywhere you can get to it. Breathe. Maybe the elbow points up toward the ceiling. Lengthen through that left leg and then press your left hip down to the floor. Tone the belly. And just feel that stretch. When I took the course with Dr. Alpert, a chiropractor and yoga teacher, he said that stretching your quadriceps is one of the 5 things you should do every day. So here we are. Breathe. Good. All right. When you're ready, you know what you got to do. Let go. That's it. Squeeze it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Maybe some of you notice one side easier than the other, right? All right, we got one more here. Press in through the pubic bone. Bend your knee. Reach back with your hand, same side hand. Bring that heel toward your glutes or pull on your strap. Press into your pubic bone. Maybe you lift up on this one, maybe not. Woo, hello, quads. And then hold it in. Hold it in as you release that foot. Oh, I tell you, I've been doing this almost every day and it's gotten so much easier. Keep pressing the hip down though. There you go, Cease. Don't let that hip rise up and release it. And let go. Flip your toes under both sides and lift your knees caps off the floor just to release those legs. And let go. Good. So take your hands, your left hand on top of your right, rest your forehead. You might see me lift my head a lot, but it's more for being able to talk than anything. So rest your forehead on your hands. Lift only your left hand, keep it attached to your forehead. We did this on Wednesday. Press through your pubic bone and lift your head with your forehead, just straight up. Elbows out to the side and down. As you're lifting your left side, you're pressing down with your right. 4 more right here. Reach up. Don't overdo it. Now you might feel a little crunch in your opposite side waist. That is normal as you lift and down. We got 2 more. Lift up. Keep the elbow to the side and down. It's the back of your palm to your forehead. Lift and lower. Good. Pause for a moment as you switch hands. Your right hand is on top. Push down through your hips, your pubic bone. Make sure your lower back is nice and long. Here we go for 5. Lift up, right hand. And down. Lift up. See if you can peel down that belly. And down. Good. 3 more. Lift up. And down. Up we go. Lift. Keep the elbow to the side and down. Last one. Lift and lower. And then just shimmy your hips side to side. A lot of this work is being borrowed. We yoga teachers say borrowed from a yoga teacher whose name is Rocky Heron. He's done a beautiful upper back class that I am enjoying and taking some pieces from. All right, so your hands, your left hand is back on top. Your forehead is back to your hand. Press down through your pubic bone. Lift your head like we did before, but then look under your left armpit or look to the left and lower. Good. 5 here. Lift up first, turn second. As you do so, you are pressing and lower into your right arm. Lift and twist down. Lift, twist. You don't have to go far. Even if you have the essence of it. Even if you lift a little and twist a little, you're doing the work. Last one. And down. Whew. Switch sides. Right hand is on top, forehead to right hand, lift up, open up. That's one. And two. Don't forget to breathe and don't tighten your jaw. 3, 4, and 5. And rest. Shake your hips, maybe turn your head to one side. Good. Press down through your pubic bone, one hand stacked on top of the other, forehead on both hands or on that top hand, doesn't matter which one. Squeeze the pubic bone in, press through your belly, press through your tailbone, lift both hands and your head. And down. Just 3. Lift up. Woo. And down. Lift up both arms. And down. Good. Rest for a moment. Maybe turn your head to the other side. Shake out your hips. Maybe bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs. If your low back is chatty, I'm hoping that the windshield wiper legs will release that. If you're really feeling cranky, just turn to your side and bend your knees, but don't go into a full child's pose. Let your spine try to realign without going into that deep flexion right away, okay? Just for a little bit of relief. All right, so last one here. Same thing, maybe you stack your other hand on top. You're gonna let your forehead, your arms do the lead. So press into your pubic bone, tone your belly, listen up. You're gonna lift both arms. Keep your head pretty neutral and then squeeze your elbows to your side. And then reach them forward. Squeeze them to your sides. And forward, last one. Squeeze, squeeze, lift your chest, lift your chest. And release hands to the floor, forehead to your hands. Shake out your hips. Whew. We're going to add one optional element to that. Press down through your pubic bone. Tone your belly in. Support that core of yours. When you're ready, lift up. Squeeze the elbows back. One, stay here, or put your hands to the floor. Lift up, cobra. Lower slow, elbows back, reach them forward, lower down. Good, 2 more right here. First, lift up, maybe that's where you stay. 2, squeeze the elbows back. Don't artificially lift your head. 3, plant the hands, see if you can lift any amount at all. And down, and hands back. Last one. Lift up. Squeeze the elbows, don't lift the chin. Plant the hands. Maybe all you do is plant the hands and hold. Maybe you lift. Start to lower, lift the hands off and take it down. Woo, yeah. And shake out those hips, windshield wiper. The knees turn to one side. Just pause, bend the knees, just pause right there. I have my head in my hand mostly because of the little earbuds in my ears, so you don't have to keep your head up. Right, so just feel that, right? That's just such awesome work, such awesome fun. So much fun. All right, so I want you to press up just enough to adjust your blanket so that your blanket is going to be really at your shoulder arm line when you come down to your belly. Okay, so you're back down on your belly. Whew. And I want you to create a little diamond pattern with your arms and then lower your head. I won't lower mine so much because of the talking thing. So feel that. I want you to leave your right hand where it is. Take your left arm to your side like a Chaturanga arm. So the elbow heads back, stays towards center. You press into your hand, bend your left knee, so your left hand and left knee, and then just push off your left hand until your foot kind of comes to the floor. Your left foot maybe comes to the floor, maybe it doesn't, and then lower back down. Bend your left, push off, and stretch. Now, if your right shoulder does not like that, change the angle of your diamond. Maybe move the elbow out more, okay? Bend, push, stretch. Good. Now, some of you are gonna stay low, head low, just gonna stretch out that chest. It's gonna look more like that. Some of you are gonna bend, open the hip, lift up, right? Stretch that elbow that's on the floor to hand. And down, we got 2 more. I know these are tricky, but the more you do them, the more fun they are. And last one. Bend, push, open, maybe lift off your elbow and down. And release. Shake it out. It's my new favorite work these days. I've been doing this almost every day. Good. Diamond pattern the arms. Lengthen through your neck. Bend your right hand to the floor, elbow to the ceiling, right leg bends. Push off. Maybe you stay low the first time and feel that stretch along the front chest. On me, this side is tighter, and so I stay lower longer. Bring it back and release. Bend the knee, push, stretch. Maybe you lift those upper side ribs off the floor. Good, 3 more. Bend, push. Maybe you go deeper and back. Slow work here. Push. Maybe this time the arm lifts. And down. Last one. Bend, push, open that torso. And down. And release. Just breathe, everybody. Good. Roll to one side. Bend your knees and press up. We are getting there. We're almost done. Fold your blanket in half. And then I should have, it'll still work okay, even if you're on carpet. I want you to fold your yoga mat so that your blanket, or scoot up your yoga mat so that your blanket is on the floor but off your yoga mat, okay? And then come on back down to Sphinx Pose. Sphinx Pose. Your elbows are gonna be on your blanket. Now, if you're on carpet and you can't find anywhere that has a smooth floor, don't worry about it. We'll get this worked out. So find your Sphinx Pose and feel the isometric work of drawing your elbows back. Shoulders are wide, your hands are planted. If you can, depending on your surface, I want you to slide your arms out until you come flat to the floor, arms are extended out. If nothing's gonna slide, I should have cued you to do paper plates or something, but if it doesn't, if nothing slides, then I just want you to walk your elbows out, okay? And then try to slide them back in. So you're out here, and here's the work, whether you're walking them in or sliding them in. Press into your hand and slide up. Yeah, and then slide out and slide up. Ooh, like really slide up. You should feel that work. And down. Now again, if you're on carpet, say I don't have my blanket and I'm here, I want you to just see if you can slide your hands back until you're lifted again. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Very slow work. Don't let the elbows splay. Squeeze it in. Press it out. Last one. Squeeze it in. And press it out. Just pause. This I would encourage you to do all the time. This is such awesome back work, right? And you clean your floor at the same time. Okay. Release out of that. I really like that one. We could do that one for a long time. So if you did not have a smooth floor for that, maybe sometime later today or this week, you can do it. Woo. So let's just pause for a second sitting up and then we'll come on down to the floor. Woo. Take the arms out. Reach your left arm across, grab it with your right. And once that shoulder is across, just gently turn your head side to side. Woo. And then head center, draw that right elbow under. Let's come to eagle arms. Oh, wow. You really feel that upper body work, right? But we get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I know that was a lot of baby chaturangas, but hopefully you're feeling a difference, starting to really get your form. And then lean forward, open the arms, reach for opposite knees, bend the elbows, and maybe you come down and curl. What, curl? We can't curl. Big deep breath. Release it as you come up, back to eagle arms. And release it, lift up. Out to the side, bring that right arm across. Turn your head side to side, easy, just stretching it. So cease, bring your arm across and then, yeah. Head center, draw the left elbow under the right. Come to your version of eagle arms. You don't have to touch palms if it feels funky. Just breathe, just feel that nice stretch. And then as you separate the hands, draw hand to opposite elbows, bend the elbows and stretch out that back. And then tone the belly as you lift back up, eagle arms, and release it. Oh, there we go. Now come on to your backs. If you still have your blanket, roll it into a smaller roll. Like, don't make it quite so big. Put it back on your mat and then come on down so that the blanket hits your shoulder blades somewhere. Your armpits are free of the blanket, above your blanket. Arms maybe to cactus pose. Lift your hips enough to lengthen your tailbone. Have the back of your head nice and long here. And then straighten the legs. This is not Shavasana, but just a little bit of a release for the upper shoulders, for the back, and for the chest, which gets a lot of work in push-ups and chaturanga poses. And just feel that. Just feel the soft opening of your shoulders, your chest. Back of the neck nice and long here. If you feel your low back here, feel free to bend your knees and really, really, really lengthen your tailbone so that your back has much less of a curve in it. That's it. Just settle for a moment here. And as you take a deep breath, feel the back of your body press into the blanket, just like we had the strap at the beginning of class. When you take a deep breath, even though the front of your chest will feel the motion, purposely press the back of your body into the blanket and then let it go. Good. Just one more here. And feel how that just spreads it all out instead of just that front motion. And then bend your knees. Shift your hips over toward the left a little bit. Draw the knees toward your chest and roll to your right. You're still on your blanket. If that feels horrible, then come off of it. For now, the arms are out in a cactus pose or T position. Your head is comfortable. There's no strain in your neck at all. You are rolled over that blanket. So we're exaggerating the mid-back motion of the twist, right? So we're really reaching through these side ribs. Just breathe. And then straighten your right arm, the direction of your knees, straighten that arm out to the side and roll over to your side, that right side. And as you do, take your left arm overhead. So we're just stretching out ribs, belly. Find your breath, everybody. Maybe roll toward that right arm more. So you're almost face planting. You're stretching out the right shoulder. And then come back to your side. Start to open back to your twist. Take the left arm back out. Bring your knees to center. Square your hips, square your shoulders, and pause. Hopefully that felt really nice. Shift your hips to the right. Bring your knees to your chest. Roll over to your left side. And breathe. So your knees are to the left. I'm going to just turn myself around so that I can get that equal stretch on both sides. Just breathe. Let everything else be heavy. And then straighten your left arm straight out from the shoulder. And as you roll the rest of the way onto your left side, let your right arm go overhead, just resting on the floor above you. And then start to roll even more to the left so that your face is almost to the floor. Right now, my forehead is on the floor. And I'm stretching that left upper shoulder at the same time. And then slowly peel it back the same way, right? Arm overhead. And then back to cactus. Still in your twist. And then knees to center. Hips back to center. Pause here. And then press into your feet, lift and scoot that same blanket down just at the tops of your back thighs, your hamstrings. Once that blanket is there, the towel is there, straighten your legs and come into Shavasana. I have found with blanket rolls that this feels really nice at the tops of the thighs instead of behind the knees. It adds a whole different support. So see if you like that. And then let the hands come down to your sides. Your palms are face up, your head, neck long and soft, your jaw soft. And maybe one breath into the back body. And then let even the thought of the breath go. Feel everything starting to settle down into your yoga mat. Find your breath. And feel the front of your body and the back of your body balanced, strong, able. Excuse my sneeze there. Feel an even length at the front and at the back, internally and externally. Feel the jaw soften. Feel the shoulders soften, the belly, the legs. Notice as the mind wanders. Maybe we can bring it back and become softer still. And staying in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Those of you who are ready, start to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Deepening the breath as you draw your knees to your chest. Rocking over to one side or the other, and then very slowly coming all the way back up to your seated pose.